Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, champions, wherever you are. I want to thank you once again for sticking along with me, and I want to appreciate everyone who has reached out to me to say, I like what you are doing. Just like I said, this is a learning ground for women. I know a lot of women go through one thing or the other, as we are many here, so also, you know, women with different challenges are here with us. So that's I always tell everyone here that is a community for everyone to express themselves. So, and just like I said, everyone will talk here. I want everyone to participate. I want everybody to be part of what is happening here. And I want you to open up your mind, open up your heart for learning for new things, because is you thrive on information. You're able to do more when you have the right information. And that is basically what this group is all about: to enlighten women, to empower ourselves, to prepare us so that we do not just give birth to children, but children that are champions, that knows how to take their rightful place when it comes to challenges of life. So today I want to talk about something that I'm passionate about, and I notice a lot of people don't even think about it. I want everyone, every single woman here, you know, to be a crusader of this. Some of the negative patterns that we have come to accept as norm, they are not. But most times we see them as, oh, well, life goes on. It shouldn't be. You should take charge of your life. You should be the one that is in charge. You decide what your life will look like. There will always be challenges and, circumstances, even environment. Sometimes government policies, it can affect everyone. Even like people that are in businesses, you can just be struggling with your businesses and then a policy comes up and then it goes off. But I want to point out something, that in this life, we have been given the mandate to have dominion. And you wouldn't let anything, any challenge or any situation take that place from you. You are the one in charge. So I want to briefly mention some, stuffs that I call the negative patterns that has become norm. They are not norm, but we choose them. In fact, we go even ahead to buy them over as if this is what life should be, but it's not. And the first one I want to talk about here is, the when it comes to the place of a girl child, we assume that the girl child, his place is in the kitchen. He doesn't have much. He has not gotten anything to offer. You know, don't dream. Just be, grow up. Learn how to run a home. I'm not saying that those things are not important. They are very important, because according to the Bible, a man begets a home, a woman builds the house for him. If the woman, out of foolishness, could not build, the home comes back, it comes down. It crumbles. So I'm not trying to go against the fact that, as a woman, you have to take care of the home. But don't let that stop you from achieving your dreams. We have a lot of dreams, just like God has made man, He asks us to rule, take dominion. Start from where I have stopped. The Bible recorded that when God wanted to create a man, the world, He called forth everything. But when He came to man, He said, "Come, let's make man in our image." That shows you that you, as a human being, is an image of God, and you've got a lot to offer. Whether you are a male or you're a female, you've got a lot to offer. So don't let the norms that the kitchen is your place as a woman stop you from dreaming, stop you from doing the things that God has put in you. Because every gift that God has gifted you with is for you to make the world a better place. I always say that to people, there is something that is in you, and that thing is a gift that God has given you, not because of you as just yourself, but because of your community, the people around you. Some people have the gift of giving, some have the gift of encouragement. Like me, I know that my gift, my purpose for coming upon the face of the earth is to make people feel good about themselves. I love to look good. I love to see people look good. I love people to feel confident about themselves. I love people to go ahead and do the things that makes them happy. So don't let anyone stop you from fulfilling your dream. We all have dreams. People like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, everybody knows her story, how successful she is. It's the parents that equipped her, they helped her to achieve that. And that is why you as a parent, you should work hard to notice the things that your child, especially the girl child, because we are discussing women here, the things that comes easily for them to do, the things that they love to do, that is a sign of the kind of things that that child has been prepared for, of the gifts that that child has been prepared for to give to his generation. I know in my family sometimes, my mom used to call me, a funny name, Sama Sama na Teme Teme. She loved to take her bath, clean herself up. I do these things. Even my grandfather has a funny name. He calls me Banwe Banwe. Also, I like to, change all the time, look good. These things, they dictated it. Why? Because it comes naturally to me. And I've always loved fashion. I've always loved beauty. I've always loved people, standing up with poise. I don't like, someone hiding, shedding yourself. I love to give people encouragement no matter what you're going through. I always like to tell somebody that your case can never be worse than another person. So we are going to be discussing all this. And another thing I want to mention, another negative pattern, that said, anyway, that is the place of a girl child is in the kitchen. She shouldn't dream. That's a negative pattern. Another negative pattern I want to point out about, the girl child, is that, we don't prepare our children. We don't prepare our girl child because we feel that, okay, I'm grown up, I get married, I have children. You don't even have plans for them. You don't even look forward to their future. You feel that, okay, life goes on. No, it shouldn't be so. You prepare for the child that is coming. You should have your own, plans about the child. The child could grow up and say, okay, Ma, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a lawyer or something. It doesn't mean that whichever, trade that the child has decided to do is not going to be successful. But what you should encourage that child to do is, yes, you love doing these kind of things. These are the things that I think, okay, this is the kind of person I wanted you to be. Then you can work, with that child to bring the perfect entity that God has made that child to be. And not, okay, life goes on. You have to prepare for your children. I'm saying this, because one of us here even talk about, oh, I can't handle this anymore. I'm a single mother. I'm the one taking care of all these and so on. If I can't do it anymore, I can take my children to, motherless babies home. I was like, motherless babies home for a child that is not motherless, for a child that the mother is very much alive. Because we don't train our children to know that there is life after getting married. There is life. There is something we call growth. Growth is not only in size and probably in heights, That was what we were taught in biology. There's other development. You don't even grow only from your physical body. You have to grow spiritually. So we have to prepare our children, especially the girl child, the mothers, because all these boils down to them. Just like I said, and also I can't place his name. He said that, a nation is what a woman makes of a man. So it depends on how you choose our nation to be. If you prepare your children to be great, if you prepare them that, see, oh, you are an entity that has been called forth to domain, to rule the world. There is something that God has deposited inside you that you can use to change your world. If you have made that child right from childbirth to know that this is who I am, I'm sure that that child will grow up bearing that in mind. Even when you are not there, they know that, oh, this is what I am designed for. They won't take anything less than who they are. So this is another thing I want us to think about, as one of the negative patterns. I also put here, one of the negative patterns, you have a girl child, she's a woman, nothing can stop her from being a woman. So things will happen. When she's growing up, men will come to her, and then probably along the line, she gets pregnant out of wedlock. I know some people, many parents, they will be like, oh, what a shame. They will give up on that child, and then the child will not be able to become who she's designed to be just because she made that mistake. And I'm not advocating that. I'm not saying it's the right thing. We have to keep ourselves as women. But that does not mean that if something like that happens, then the life of that child ends from there. I've known a lot of people. I knew one of our friends when we were much younger. She got pregnant, and along the line, her parents were just through her, dumped her. Then the uncle picked her. Today, in Lagos, she has buildings, she has land. Why? Because the uncle, knowing that she's a professor now, knowing that, this lady, Chinyere is her name, is very, very brilliant. And the parents has already concluded her case that she has messed up. Let her just stay there, if she wants, let her stay in the village. They withdrew her from school and so on. If the uncle has not picked her up, I could just imagine what her life would have been like. So these are the things I want us, to dwell on. Prepare your child. Don't give up on your child. Know that this child is an entity, and this child has come for a purpose. How do I equip this child to work towards what God has made her to be? And then another negative pattern that we have accepted to be norm, that I always dwell on. Being myself, I'm somebody that loves to look good, and that is why some of you know I'm into gymming. In fact, I love renewing my youth, So I want us women here that your aging has not done any, is not something bad. A lot of people, they will say, my leg is telling me, this is doing me, this is doing me. Why? Because according to them, aging comes with diseases. In fact, they even call it old age diseases. Who told you that because you are 50 years old, you are 60 years old, you are 70 years old, then you don't have a life anymore? That is a negative pattern. The Bible says that bless the Lord who, that's why somebody like me, I don't joke with food, who feeds you with good food, that your youth is renewed. It can never be a lie. It's left for you to know the things that you are supposed to know, to equip yourself. And that's why we are here. We are here to equip ourselves with information. I don't joke with information. I read anything that comes across me, whether health, whether anything. In fact, long time ago, I knew that, okay, they call it genetics or whatever, and because of that, there is a possibility you can, have diabetes or all those stress, all those lies, from pit of hell. I don't take that, probably because, okay, I have an uncle, he died because of diabetes, and my father, my grandfather had diabetes, and so on. What do you do when you already have this information that, according to science, there is threat, and those things, they can be passed down to the offspring? What do? You prepare yourself. You start on time to watch what you eat. You start on time to take note of these things. You don't stay when you are not feeling good. You just conclude, after all, at this age, what could I still do? No, you use the information that you have gotten to equip yourself. I could eat this thing. I can take these measures to make sure that my health is sound. But when you just accept it, oh, I'm old age diseases, you're accepting the negative norm. You don't have to. So just use this, no matter how minute. I just like I told you, we'll be talking a lot here. The next video I'm going to make, is going to be on our strength, the dense, the importance of when you have when you are aging, your bone begins to lose its dense and so on. So all those, they call it one special name like that. I have somebody that will talk about that because I'm not a professional in that anyway. So unless she's shy, she's among us, she's a scientist, I've been telling her, talk about this, but I've gone ahead to make my own research, So if she's not going to do it, I'm going to do it because I want us to learn. I want everyone here to know, even learn how to manage your health is very, very important because you can't achieve much